Good evening, YouTubers. T-Square with T-Square Talk. So today is a hot day. It's got to be, it feels like it's like 85 degrees out there, 90 degrees, plus the humidity. It is just crazy. So tonight I wanted to cook a side dish, prepare up a side dish to go with dinner. Something kind of light, healthy, and something that's kind of cool. Just to kind of cool the body a little bit, tastes good, light on the stomach. And so what I want to prepare, this is something I'll make a lot of in the summer. It's a tomato and cucumber dish. You can add any extra stuff that you want, and then you'll mix up your own type of ranch, but you'll end up I use a Hidden Valley pack for a base, but then I spice it up with some sea salt, some garlic pepper. I put some mayonnaise in there and mix it, and I also put half and half, and I'll actually use the liquid from the tomatoes. When you cut up these tomatoes, if they're good and ripe, they're going to have liquid that will kind of ooze out. I'm going to mix that in there too. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to get these vegetables washed off, and then I'm going to end up coming back here, start cutting them up, and I'll show you guys how I prepare this. Okay, so once you get them all washed off, the first thing you're going to do, you're going to want to cut these up. Now, the important thing about doing this recipe is you're going to want to cut this up and save all your liquid. So as you can see right here, I just got it all cut up, but you can see all the liquid and juices at the bottom. You want to keep that as much as possible. So I'm going to get all these tomatoes cut up, thrown in a bowl, and we'll move on. Okay, so when you get all the tomatoes cut up, it should pretty much look like this, like you're cutting up tomatoes for tacos. They're not going to be super big. There is going to be a lot of juice at the bottom. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to do up the cucumbers. I'm going to show you how I do the cucumbers to take away the bitterness of the cucumber. Okay, so when you do the cucumber, something important that whenever you eat cucumbers, the peeling is so bitter, but there's basically something in the cucumber that makes it also bitter on the outer edge. So what I always do is I will actually cut off the tip. I'm just going to show you a little bit here. I know I'm a little close up, but I should be able to show you this. You're going to take that, if you can look at that tip right there, there's nothing on there, and you're just going to do this for a little bit. And you're going to see like a white stuff start forming. That's basically the bitterness of the cucumber coming out of it. So as you can see right there, you can see right on there. You always want to do this whenever you're doing cucumbers in a recipe because you don't want it to have a bitter taste. There's one restaurant that I eat at all the time, and they have a bad habit of leaving the peelings on the cucumber, and they always have a bitter taste, but the recipe is a good recipe. So, and I've mentioned it a couple times. Now I am going to peel this off too, but you can see that white stuff on there. It's kind of weird. I don't really know the actual reason that does that. But basically, in short, it does take the bitterness out of the cucumber and give it a lot better flavor. So I'm going to get this peeled and cut up, and I'll be right back. Okay, so when you're done, I cut my cucumbers up into quarters. Like you can see here, and then I'll end up going down the whole way and slice it up after I cut it into 4 quarters. Now the next thing I'm going to do is celery. Now the way I do the celery when I put the celery in here is I will actually cut it as small as I can. I'm going to go ahead and get this washed off. I'm going to cut this up small, and I'm going to put actually 4 pieces. 5, actually I'm going to put 5 in there. I got 5 sitting here, 5 stalks in, and I'll be right back. So as you can see, I cut my celery up really small, just because I don't want someone to get a huge bite of celery in this mix, and I kind of like it small. It's just going to give it a little extra crunch, a little texture to the dish, and it's going to come out delicious. Now I know some of you might be saying right now, what are you making, a salad? It's just a salad. But really the secret is going to be in the dressing or the mix that you're going to mix up with it. So we're going to be there in 1 minute. The next thing I'm going to do, throw these in here, and I'm going to get the green onions cut up, and I'll be right back. Now when you do cut up your green onions, obviously don't cut up the roots. And the reason I say that, one, they're the roots. Everybody usually just throws them away, but I'm going to show you real quick what I like to do. I will actually take these roots and I'll put them in water. You can just have a little cup of water in your kitchen and just put them in, and check this out. So this is about 10 days I put these roots in about 10 days ago, and they will start growing. I'm about ready to go outside and plant them in my garden. You can't really go wrong. Right now they're starting to brown up, because once they get too big, they need more than just water to sustain them. So once the tips start turning, I'll end up putting them in the ground. So these are about ready to go in the ground, and then I'll put these new ones in the water. Okay, so the first thing to start off making your dressing, grab a thing of half and half, and you're going to put 1 cup of half and half in a mixer. You can mix this by hand with a whip, or you can use a bullet or any kind of mixer that you have. I happen to have a bullet sitting right here, so I'm going to mix it up with that. So I'm going to put a half a cup of milk in here. This is half and half. And then I'm going to end up putting a cup of mayonnaise, and I'll be right back. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to add a pack of this Hidden Valley Ranch, and just mix it in here, and then I'm going to get this blended up. But we're still not done yet, so. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to add is, this is McCormick's Grill Mates Garden Vegetable Seasoning. This has the flavor in this stuff is just amazing. If you've never tried this, you have got to try this. I literally use this on everything. I'll put it on salads now. I'll put it on all kinds of stuff. Chicken, steak, vegetables, grilled asparagus, grilled vegetables, oven roasted vegetables. Literally, there's a million uses for this stuff, and you can read the ingredients on the back. You know, you're just talking salt, garlic, paprika, different spices. It's super good. It's real reasonably priced. McCormick's really has it going on when it comes to spices. So I'm going to add some of this in here, and then I'm going to get this mixed up, and I'm going to put some extra pink Himalayan sea salt, which is right here. I'm going to mix some of that in, and then I'm also going to mix in some fresh garlic pepper, ground up garlic pepper. So I'm going to get that mixed in and then throw it in the mixer, and I'll be right back. Okay, so now it's still going to be a little bit thick. If it's a little more thick than you like, you can add a little water and mix it. Not a whole lot, just a little bit though. But this looks good, and keep in mind there's a lot of liquid from the tomatoes being all cut up that's dripped to the bottom. So once we mix this in with this, it's going to look so good. It's going to be delicious, and let's get this mixed in. So now this is what the finished product looks like. You're going to want to put this in the fridge probably for at least about 30 minutes before you serve it to anybody. That way the seasonings will just ooze right into the vegetables. It'll really give it a good flavor. And when you're all finished, depending on how you like to serve it, I'm going to show you how I like to serve this if you're having dinner company over or a guest or whatever. So I'll show you what the finished product looks like, and I'm going to need the thumbnail anyway, so I'll see you in a minute. And if this don't look good, I don't know, McDonald's, you don't need to be eating all that McDonald's. This is some healthy stuff here, so. But let's take a look at what the finished product looks like. I did garnish it on the top with a little bit of green onion, a little bit of avocado. If you're going to any kind of a picnic or something like that, or a potluck, then I'll end up using these little cups right here. Because they're clear and you can still garnish them up. You can prepare up ahead of time a bunch if you want, and or you can just bring it in a big bowl, but it won't have that little wow effect if you go that route. So guys, I thank you for watching, and I hope to see you guys again on Tsquare Talk, and take care guys. And if you have any tips, any good recipes, anything you'd like to see a video on, please shoot me a link, let me know, and or you can shoot me an email, comment. Love to read y'all's comments. You guys take care. Have a great day. Bye-bye.